Business Network.
That's really unfair. Just go, oh, we're live. By the way, you take control. Okay, fine.
Only because
it's so 6 p.m. Thank you very much. I mean, some notice would have been appreciated. Hello, Rebels. I don't actually, where are we live at the moment? The Facebook page? Where are we live? On the Facebook. Facebook's somewhere.
We're live everywhere.
We're live everywhere. Apparently, but you said you're sharing. Anyway, how are we all? We have some fantastic news to share, and also some apologies because we're 27 minutes late, or 17 minutes late.
Well, I did update everybody and say we were going to be live at 9:50, so technically we're 7 minutes late. But we were having technical difficulties. We're streaming from Restream, and it wouldn't update the titles. A good old refresh of the page fixed it though, so that's good. Happy to say we are now live everywhere: Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, the Rebellious Business Network, and LinkedIn, Lord. I believe.
I'll get stage fright. Don't tell me all this.
Stage fright? Caroline, come on. Yeah. You are made of stronger stuff than this.
It's a lie. I'm lying. I am totally comfortable with all of our followers looking at me.
Okay. Yeah, so we've got some huge news. I've been keeping something under wraps for a little while. It's not been that long. It's probably been a week and a bit, but it's felt like forever, because if anybody knows me, they'll know how difficult it is for me to not share things as soon as I know things. And the reason why I haven't shared is because we've been in talks trying to look after the rebels. And I wanted to make sure that nobody missed out on what we're about to share with you. So now we have the green light, we have the links, we have everything that we need. It's time to make a big announcement.
Okay, I'm excited. What's the announcement?
That was your cue to take over, Caroline.
Okay. I wasn't supposed to be the shocked, unknowing person. I was supposed to introduce you. Wow, okay, I just remembered what it is. Cordelia is presenting at Adcon, which is very exciting. Actually, there's loads of reasons why this is very exciting. I don't know which ones I'm actually allowed to share.
Well,
I'm intrigued.
I love that. I'm a bit of an oversharer. So basically,
yes,
I am. I share way too much all the time about everything, but it's fine. So super excited to have bagged a speaking slot at Adcon. It's going to be really fun. Basically, amazingly fun to be in a new circle, go to a new event, speak at a new event, and be involved in Adcon, which I have attended before. Is a really fun event. I've attended it online when we were in lockdown, and they get some great speakers, and there's so much value at these events. It's not a pitch fest. It's it's a really good event, and so massively honored to have bagged a spot to speak. I'm going to be speaking about community and the power of community and why you need one and how to create one. Of course, that is our topic. It's what we do. It's what we're good at. It's what we specialize in. But what I wanted to do was, obviously, I know how much our audience love an event. You guys freaking love an event. In fact, you've come into our community and come and joined the Rebellious Business Network because of events, because we run events online. But I know a lot of you are going networking, going to business conferences, Expert Empires, for example. And here is one of the UK's best business events. And the thing that really gets me excited, I was having this conversation with someone the other day who is, abroad and not going to be able to make it because, it's really far away to come to the UK for an event. The first
it's not me. I'm going to be there.
The first ever business event I went to was all the way in Arizona. And it wasn't until about 2019, after I've been to many events all over the world, because these business events are so powerful. The people you meet, I met Caroline at one of them. I met a lot of my close friends, a lot of people that have really propelled me forwards at events like Adcon, but they were in the States. They were in, all over the world. I've been to Australia, the States. I've been to Dominican Republic. I've been to, multiple places in the States, San Diego, North Carolina, and I'm sure a couple of others. I'm struggling to think of places off the top of my head, but I've been to all of these places to go to these business events because they're so powerful. And it was around 2019 that I was like, hang on a minute, what's going on in the UK? Like, are there any really great events in the UK? And honestly, back then there weren't many. And now we're seeing more and more pop up, and they're really just awesome to go to because of the people you meet. It's mainly the networking opportunities that are so powerful at things like this. And it's super exciting that we're getting more events in the UK as the years have gone on, because it used to be very US based for this kind of thing, Traffic and Conversion Summit, etc. And so this event is in the UK, super worth traveling for these events. And it's very exciting that we've got more of it on our doorstep. And that a lot of great speakers are coming to these UK events to speak as well, such as, the various speakers we've had at previous events have been to in the UK over the last few years. So Adcon is end of May, and we have secured a discount for Rebels only. So if you're one of our Rebels, I've just dropped the link in the chat wherever you are watching this from, and there is a discount code there to give you 20% off the already early bird pricing.
I will admit I was sharing this live to socials, and it was kind of it wasn't acting the way I wanted it to. So I kept hearing you speaking in layers. So I missed a lot of it, but I think I got the gist. Basically, we've got events that are close to home now, which we didn't used to have. And I went to Dominican Republic. I didn't go to the North Carolina event, or was it? Yeah, I heard a lot about it. The interesting event of North Carolina. But yeah, this is great. We've got some really amazing events on our doorstep. Are you allowed to say who's headlining? Headlining? Is it headlining?
Well, yeah, of course. Yeah, so if you click the link in that I've just dropped in the chat, you'll be able to see who is speaking at this event. We've got Steven Bartlett is headlining, and there are some other really great speakers. Tom Breeze is speaking, who is an amazing authority on YouTube ads. He's just fantastic. I've seen him speak a few times, and there are some other really great speakers. I think, the great thing about this event as well is there are some real kind of homegrown speakers as well. Like it's not all massive names. There's a whole range from people that have just kind of like at 6-figure stage right up to, multi 7 figures with a lot of experience to share in between. So there's some really, really awesome speakers. I have to say, what I really like about this event is the way John Pemberthy is the founder of this of Adcon and organizing this event. And I've been talking with him in the chat, and I have to say that I think in Messenger, and I think he's just such a really cool guy. What I really like about this and how he's handling all of it is that he seems to have an amazing amount of integrity, and also has really great values. And I really like the way that he is putting all of this together, and the way that, he's sourcing speakers. It seems like it's not massively money orientated, which I love. It seems that he's got really, really cool values. And I said this to him the other day. I was like, I think you are a really cool guy. I really like the way you handle everything. He's just been so authentic and so awesome. So it's going to be a really fun event, I think. I'm really looking forward to it. I know a couple of our Rebels have already gone and got tickets, which is cool, because I had a few chats in the background before we announced. What I didn't want to do is announce that this was happening, and then people go buy tickets and miss out on a potential discount. And I, was in talks with John, and he's given us a 20% discount on the current early bird pricing. Now, I just found out yesterday that the early bird pricing does end soon. It's ending in March. I don't know if I'm allowed to announce the date of that, or I might be overstepping. So I'm not going to do that, but it is ending soon. What I can tell you is I've been told that we have the 20% discount for a few days. He gave it to me a couple of days ago on Friday. I was busy on Friday, so I haven't been able to get round to it. So I'm not sure how long you have got to go and bag that 20% discount. So I wouldn't wait. If you want to come and you're like, yes, I want to be at this event, it sounds amazing. It's the 22nd of March. It's a 3-day event. May 22nd of May.
22nd of May.
Well, it's 22nd of May, not March. Don't turn up to Wembley in March, because we won't be there. 22nd to the 24th of May, 2024, a 3-day event, shitloads of speakers. I've seen the structure of how they're running the event. It looks like it's going to be absolutely value packed. And it is that 20% discount is open for a few days. They could take it down at any point now. I can see, I've tested it this morning. It's still live. It's still active. So it'll work. before, we tested it before we went live here, but just don't wait and then miss out on that 20% discount if you do want to come, because that's a good chunk of money, you know? So, yeah. Caroline, you're going to be there, aren't you?
Interestingly,
Go on.
well, I don't know. I might be washing my hair that day.
You better be there.
Of course, your hair. Yeah, of course I'm there. I'm going to be helping you. I'll be a fangirl screaming. I'll make you look so unprofessional. You'll be on stage. I'm like, woo! And then she'll be like, oh no, it's a crazy person in the crowd. And you'll be like, yeah, it's my business partner.
Claudia's asking what day.
Let's talk about.
Claudia's asking what day. I don't know what day I'm speaking yet. Unfortunately, I cannot give you that information, but when I find out, I will let you know. But we are going to arrange. I can see all of our rebels that have bought tickets on the back end. And so we will have a list and make sure that all of you who come are invited to a meetup, because what we love to do at these events when we have a load of rebels coming is make sure none of you are walking into that event alone. It can be really daunting to rock up at an event on your own. So you won't be, if you're one of our rebels and, you know, I've got you on my list, you won't be alone, because we will meet up beforehand, walk in together, and we're going to arrange a meetup as well. Sorry, Caroline, what were you going to say?
Let's talk about the event itself. What's going on at the event?
Well, it's, what do you mean? What's going on at the event?
So, really interestingly, I've looked at this landing page and I was like, oh yeah, I've just realised who John Pemberthy is, which is terrible for me to admit, because you were saying, Cordelia does this thing, right? She saves people, she says their first name and second name, like I should know who they are, but she does this with everyone. So I'm like, so when she says to me, John Pemberthy, I'm just like, okay, there's another person she's named first and second name, who is probably just an anonymous person out there. So I don't actually come to think of it as like, oh, this is a kind of a famous-ish person. And so I've looked at this page and I'm like, oh my goodness, I know who this is. He is really cool. He's the Facebook ads guy, right? So is it just about ads? Is it about business? Because I know you're not talking about ads specifically. So the headline says the world's best marketers. And also you're like, so there's Steven Bartlett, John Pemberthy, there's Rob Moore. You're after Rob Moore, man. You're next to Rob Moore in World Best Marketers. So just, you know, by the way, just a quick pitch of us. Should probably learn from us. We're up there apparently. So learn. The world's best marketers want to help you get more traffic, leads, and clients in just 3 days. Oh, flip! We do it in 7 days. The event lasts 3 days, but yeah, we've been able to bust that record.
Yeah, so they've got a lot of stuff going on there. There will be stuff about ads, and I think that, you know, especially for our clients and our audience, you know, ads at some point is going to be a next step. So it is super important, no matter what stage you're at in business, that you start learning how ads work and how you will be using them, because you will at some stage, if you want to scale your business. You can scale organically for sure, but it's a lot less predictable. And it really relies on other things that you need to scale in other ways. For instance, press and publicity, speaking on stages. You've got to really go hard on those kind of things if you want to scale a business organically. And a lot of them will be pay to play. So it's questionable how organic that is. I saw Rachel Hollis stand up on stage years ago, and she's talked about how she got her business to 7 figures and it was all organic. But I'm very sure that there is a lot of pay to play that happened there in terms of getting into the press, getting into the media, and also speaking on stages where you sponsor events, etc. And I'm just guessing, but, you know, essentially there is going to need to be a way in which you expand your audience rapidly at some point so that you can scale. And whilst there's a lot that you can do organically, and you should do that to get started, ads are always going to be a next logical step at some stage if scaling is in your mission, in your vision, in your future. But yeah, so they've got things around basically positioning yourself, and there is a lot of stuff around organic marketing in terms of using social media and getting yourself out there. There's also stuff around creating offers, and there are things around putting together offers that are irresistible, that people can't say no to as well. You've also got stuff around launching. There is, of course, traffic generation stuff when it comes to ads as well. So there will be a lot of talk around that for sure. And then there are that I believe there's stuff on, you know, ideal clients and all the usual marketing stuff. But there will be some really good insights on ads for sure. A great introduction to ads is Tom Breeze. He taught me and Caroline years ago a couple of things passively through some of his courses. He's absolutely fantastic.
No, we saw him on stage.
We saw him on stage. Yeah, it was great, wasn't he?
I've seen him on stage a couple of times.
He was in Arizona,
twice, maybe. Oh yes, he was one of the first people I saw on stage.
Yeah.
What's also interesting, I've forgotten what I was going to say. Oh yes, no, do you know what? Here's an extra bonus. I don't know, this isn't really spoken about enough, but it's like, if you go to this page, I was just like looking, I was like, so basically there's firstly a familiar face, right? I've encountered Rob Moore before, and all these faces up here, like the speakers, it's like, they're very familiar speakers. But also what's really interesting is if you go down, like here's what some of our attendees said about Adcon last year. Christina Cabral says, Adcon is the only conference I'll come to for the rest of my life. John is the real OG. And then you got Alexis Kingsbury. He says, each session builds on the last, starting with foundations, then going into tactics. It makes it so much easier to implement. So the reason I pulled that out is because like we were friends with flipping Alexis Kingsbury, and you start to go to these events. Majority of people go to it and don't go again. But there is a little community of people that attend them regularly, and you start to get in with those people, and you start to make like connections and become familiar. And you know, they say you are the 6 people who you hang out with. That's not the quote. It's nearly there. But around that sort of idea is, you know, if you put yourself into like these communities that are achieving things, you know, you start to the osmosis thing, I don't know, you know, that thing. So basically I was just looking, I was like, this is really cool, because you start to see the same people again and again, and also you mingle with people that you've met before, which is really cool. So it's just leveling up your community, which I didn't think was possible in the Rebellious Business Network. But yeah,
it's really powerful. And I think that's why, you know, I'm such an advocate for going to events. I was talking to someone yesterday who was saying that, oh, you know, I've invested a lot in my business, I'm only at startup phase, you know, I see going to events like this and you know, buying tickets for an event like this is something I should do in the future when I'm sort of generating a bit more revenue, or you know, next year or something. And I actually really disagree with that. I think we need to be going to them, you know, before we've even made our first sale. There's 2 reasons for that. Number one, the people you meet, like I can't stress it enough. It is so powerful to meet and connect with people who are smashing it in business already, because if they become your friends, it will massively help you. I have so many friends in the business space that I made from like years ago that really helped me in so many different ways. Having people to mastermind with, having people to connect with, having people that understand why you're so passionate on this thing that's going to take over your life for the next few years. Your family are not going to understand in the same way as your entrepreneurial friends. They're also not going to be big thinkers in the same way. So having people around you is super powerful. And it's why we go networking. And it's, you know, of course, but at these events, there's something special that happens. And I think it's because you go through an experience together for a few days and it creates a solid bond. And you'll go to this event on your own if you haven't been before. And if you decide to go to the next one, you will feel like there are people in the room that you know. And you may have met someone once. You may have had one glass of Prosecco at the bar with a man called Barry. You go to the event again next year. You see Barry. You haven't spoken to him since, but because you saw each other at the last event, it's like, Barry, how's it going? Oh my God, it's so good to see you. How have you been? Because it's that sense of familiarity that happens. And then what happens is you go to this event a few times and you really feel like you're a part of the community. Like it's super, super powerful. So that's what happened when I met Caroline at an event, and made friends with a lot of people who were at this event and kept going to these events. It's the same thing that happened in other communities that I've been a part of, and been, you know, regularly going to those events. And the nice thing is, if you are an event goer and you do go to a lot of events anyway, there will be people at this event that you probably know, just like we've spotted Alexis Kinsbury on that page. There will be people at this event.
People you know, people advertised.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's great.
It's just
got a message, Alexis, see if he's there. And also, obviously, we're having the Rebel meetup. So, you know, mingling with the rebels. And who doesn't love a bit of Wembley? See those giant bars, like just hanging out in the sky. It's great. Go come. Yeah, I like the venue as well. It's like a home venue. It's a home venue. We already know it. Been there a few times. We're very familiar with it. So Cordelia is going to be on fire, absolute fire, which you know she will be. And it's a great. Do you know what? I'll say it. It's a really great way to support Cordelia, because this is a big opportunity. She's done speaking gigs before, but this is a unique one. This is one where she's not a part of the existing community. She is being invited as an expert outside of the existing community. So in other instances, like Expert Empires, for example, she spoke on stage at Expert Empires, but she was within the Expert Empires community. She'd worked with Nick James. So that invitation was he was warm already. This one, Cordelia, has been recommended by two people who, like, outside of the Adcon community. She's not a part of the Adcon community. She is now. So this is a really amazing opportunity for Cordelia. Especially because Steven Bartlett's on stage. That's so cool. So and also, sorry, well, actually, I'll go back to that in a minute. But yeah, so just to sort of press upon that, she does a lot for this community. Like, oh my God, you guys don't know how much she puts into the Rebellious Business Network and into RIA. If she could donate her limbs to it, she probably would, because she puts absolutely everything into the Rebellious Business Network and really does not take that much out. I really promise you, she puts in so much more than she takes out. So aside from the fact that you're going to gain a lot by going to the event, you should come along anyway, because it will be supporting the founder of Rebellious Business. So it's just, you know, a really great way to show Cordelia some love. I'm going to say it. Just come along, just because to support Cordelia. Anyway, next thing I'm going to say is there's a really exciting thing that Steven Bartlett talked about on a video at some point, where he was saying about how his podcast has got to the biggest in the world. And he was like, oh, everyone thinks it's because of great guests and but he says it's because of ads. What he does is he takes snippets of what someone says. He then creates Facebook ads, and then he posts them out to the world to see which ones respond better. And that's how he creates captions for his videos. I'm very excited to see if he talks about that at Adcon. That would be really powerful to learn. If he talks about that, and I think it's a fair assumption that he might talk about that, because it's paid ads, and Steven Bartlett's like most famous for his YouTube channel at the moment, and his YouTube channel is obviously gaining popularity because of his ads. So it'd be really amazing to get an inside scoop on what it is that he's doing to become the biggest podcast in the world. This is really helpful, not just for podcasting, but if anyone's interested in running their tribe funnels, is like doing live events in your community, because when you start publicizing these events, it's going to start getting that traction. And if you've got strategies to get traction, it's just, firstly, your ticket to notoriety. Secondly, it's your ticket to more clients. So Steven Bartlett, I'm really excited to see if he talks about, I feel like we're marketing commentators, like, oh, today's going to be a really interesting day. I wonder if Steven Bartlett is going to be talking about his strategy. Oh, I don't know. What are the odds? What are the odds going to be? It's like, oh, I don't know, Barry. What are the odds? I feel like
Barry keeps making an appearance.
Barry keeps making... Yeah, I feel like I'm doing like... Anyway, so what do we think Rob Moore's going to talk about today? Oh, I don't know. He's got a few...
Rob Moore doesn't even know what he's going to talk about. He rocks up. The reason why Rob Moore's really fun
with his Tom Ford jacket.
Yeah, sometimes he rocks up and he's like, right, guys, what do you want? and he gives you options, and then like, you just choose.
He just pulls out a chair and he sits on it back to front. Right. Ask me. What do you need? How do I make you millionaires? What can I do for you? And he's got his little studs on his. No, he has the like. It's like a little like a leathery. Maybe I can't remember. Maybe him and Nick James have the same outfit.
Yeah, they both love the same brand. Yeah, they do.
I think it might be Tom Ford.
Can't even remember.
Tom Ford. Anyway, some studs on the shoulder.
Not very good at fashion. Now, I let you all into a secret. The clothes I'm wearing now are hand-me-downs from my sister because she's really good at fashion, and then she brings everything round that she doesn't want anymore and gives it to me. Never really been girly girl. I'm not good at doing all that girly stuff. I try. I really try. I'm just
You're better than you think. You've always got nice nails.
We were in Poland last year, and you were giving me a makeup tutorial in the bathroom, and Caroline was like, right, well, this is how we need to do mature makeup now because we've got this part under our eyes where we can't take it on. And I was like, what? Mature makeup? I'm like 33. What is this? But yeah. So
it's funny because you're like, I haven't even learned to do immature makeup. This is my first makeup session and it's on mature makeup.
It's my first makeup session and I'm being taught how to do mature makeup. Something's gone wrong here. Like, where was my mum? Like, what happened?
But did it not go great?
Oh, it was brilliant. Yeah, I've been doing the things you taught me ever since. Can you tell?
Yeah, I can tell. Because you went, I've been doing the things that you said ever since.
Oh my God, guys, I'm so excited to be at Adcon. Let us know, drop it in the comments wherever you're watching this. If you're coming, regardless of whether you're coming through the
Can
link.
we tag John Pemberthy in this?
Yeah, potentially.
That'd be great.
That would be great. I've actually asked him if he wants to come speak on the show, so we'll see what he says.
We should hound him, not just ask. That'd be a really good session.
With my let us know if you're coming, regardless of whether you are, obviously if you come through, full transparency, that is an affiliate link that we have dropped in the chat. But the nice thing about that is I don't have to hound them like I used to Expert Empires for a list. Basically, all I'm interested in is having a list of people that are coming who are part of the Rebel community so that we can arrange a meetup. I know a lot of people struggle to go into events on their own for the first time. So that's one reason why you might want to do that. Secondly, selfishly, I just want to see you. If you're part of the Rebel community, I would love to see you, give you a hug, have a drink with you, have a coffee, whatever. So
most likely we're going to be having Wagamamas.
Yeah, Wagamamas. I absolutely love Wagamamas. So if you love Wagamamas too, you can come to Wagamamas. We'll make that happen. But yeah, no, we will arrange tables. We'll get us all into a group so that we can go together.
And we can try and sort out something, a little bit special for you guys. I don't know what. I mean, it could just be Wagamamas, but ultimately, yeah, we could try and organize something special for you guys. If we get enough of you. And absolutely looking forward to seeing you all there. Yeah. So let us know if you're coming, because just in case one slips through the net that I can't see on our end or something, I'm just going to add everyone to a list. I know that Brooke has already. But oh, hello, we've got a thumbs up. I love this one. It's very.
Yeah, your computer's not as cool as my computer.
It does it. See,
I know that we've got a couple that have told me that they've already got tickets because they were at the event last year and they already bought tickets. So awesome. Let us know anyway so that we can include you. All right. So if you are coming, let us know. Neely says she loves Wagamamas. Neely, me and you are already friends. We're already friends. That's it.
That's all you need.
To happen. Catherine says
a bow bun, just so you know.
A bow bun.
You need a bow bun.
I do. That's what I need. Catherine says she would love to come maybe next time. Is it on yearly? I imagine so. Yeah, I imagine it's on yearly. Maybe even a couple of times a year. I'm not sure, to be honest.
But we might not be. Well, we might be. Well, Cordelia might be on stage next year. We're not sure.
We won't be there. Oh my gosh. John Pemberthy has said yes. He's on the show for the 27th of March.
Woo!
So we'll have him on the show.
Exciting.
That is
That's more.
exciting.
We can talk more about Adcon. I can say to him, let's talk about the breakdown. Is what Steven Bartlett going to talk about?
Yeah, we'll get some
I'm
juicy
joking.
inside information.
We're going to get some
Absolutely.
info. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, like we'll start. We could do the real commentating. This is very exciting. John Pemberley is going to run his business show. How exciting!
How exciting! I am honoured. Well, and
Me
this is, you know, this is the thing that I always get most excited about with these kind of things is that meeting new people opens up unknown doors. Like, I'm always really excited at, like, you go to a new event, you don't know who you're going to meet. And there are so many opportunities behind the opportunity. I think, you know, for instance, the opportunity right now is to buy a ticket to come to Adcon and watch some speakers on stage for 3 days. But there are loads of hidden opportunities within that you don't even know are there. And that's what I find really exciting, because those are the ones that are normally 10 times more powerful than the event itself. The magic happens at the bar.
For that.
The magic happens at the bar.
That, yeah. I will say, listen, I'm not as good at this as Cordelia. Right, Cordelia, she'll go to an event and she'll come away with 30 contacts and like different speaking events and just free access to people's like high ticket programs and all this stuff. She's excellent at that. And by being a part in the crew with Cordelia, you get to like absorb that as well. It's very useful. It's very useful having you as my business partner. I will say, because you'll go to the event and I'll just be like, go on, and she'll go like make all the connections, and then we get to benefit from them. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but it's true. You're so good at that. That's the best thing. You just go and make friends with everyone and you have a million contacts afterwards. Whereas I'm a bit more like sheepish. Put me on a stage, I'm great, but put me in a crowd, I'm like, eh.
What I will say though, as well, if anybody wants to come but they're feeling nervous or anxious about it, you're not alone. I often get anxious at going to events on my own. It's the walking into the room for the first time, not knowing what the setup's going to be, not knowing if you're going to have anyone to talk to, not knowing. It's just so many unknowns. So please do DM me if you are coming and you're nervous, and we'll make sure that you've got a buddy, or we'll make sure that you come in with us, because it can be really daunting. I went to Glasgow for an event a couple of years ago, and I was literally on my way from the train station to the hotel having an almost panic attack on the phone to Jennifer. And it's so ridiculous, but you know, it's true. Like it does actually give me anxiety to go into a room for the first time on my own, especially somewhere new. And that's one of the things, like we rebels, we come as a crew. Like we are a pack. We're like a flock. We're like a school of fish. We will we'll stick together. So
we need to come up with a better name.
You really shit.
Yeah, not a gaggle. We can't be a gaggle. Oh,
gaggle of rebels.
What's a cool one? Yeah, do you know? Yeah. All right. Extra bonus points. I don't know what the bonus points are like by you, but extra bonus points for who can come up with the best group name. You know, animals have like a club of puppies. Is that what it is? I can't remember what it is.
A gaggle of geese, maybe.
Yeah, like seal. I don't know, but whoever can come up with the best like group name for the animals that the rebels could fit onto.
I reckon my son Marnie would be really good at this. This is his forte. Like he would be, yeah, this is his forte.
Well, everyone's in competition with Marnie then. Like what's a I don't want to say bats, but like they're all gonna have funny, like what's a group of bats called? What's a group of pigeons called? What's a group of, we know geese are gaggles and fish are schools.
Well, we've got gang. We've got
a gang of what?
Posse.
A rabble of rebels.
A rabble of rebels. I love that. The rebel rabble.
Yeah. Yes. Unless anyone can come up with something better. I think that's it. I think the competition's closed.
Oh, Neely said a throng. A throng. Sounds
That's
cheeky.
Fun.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it does. I nearly read a thong, but it is a throng.
Throng. You're wrong. It's a throng.
Okay, well, I'm just, when I hear throng, I feel like it's been someone's been catapulted. Doesn't it make you feel like
Yeah, it is a bit like that, isn't it?
So yeah, I feel a bit catapulted in. So I'm at least we got a laughing face from Neely. Come on, Neely. Want to see you at Wagamama's. I think we've got a rabble of rebels. That's what do you want to be in the rabble?
Yeah, come and join us. It's going to be a lot of fun. As I said, I'm just going to reiterate one more time. We don't know how long we've got that discount code available to us for. Yeah. So if you want to come, don't wait. Just get it done. Come along, because it's going to be an amazing event, and we're going to be live in the group. You're going to have FOMO if you're not there, and we just really want to see you there. So come be with us. But all I just want to stress is I would be gutted if anybody was like, okay, I've decided I'm coming, and that 20% discount isn't there anymore. And look, as much as I love my rebels, I am not going to go and say, please, can you open it up again for another few hours because one of our rebels missed the deadline. It's just, I can't do that, guys. It's just embarrassing. So look, we're really fortunate that we've got this window. Please have a think about it. If you do want to come, don't miss the window, because I will be gutted for you if you miss that 20% discount. And I worked very hard to get it for you, obviously, as well. No, I'm joking, but it would be a shame. So please don't delay, and let me know. Make sure that even if you've already got tickets, you were already planning on coming, let us know so that we can include you if you want to be included in the Rebel plans, so that we can go to Wagamama's or have breakfast or walk into the event, whatever it is that we decide to do in terms of Rebel meetup. Neely's tempted. Come on, Neely. It's going to be so much fun. Wembley, 22nd of May. It's going to be an absolute blast.
I'm looking at some of these pictures. I'm like, I recognise even more people. It's not just old Alexis.
Yeah, it's awesome, actually. The UK entrepreneur community is absolutely freaking awesome, and you get to know so many people that you end up having mutual friends with almost everyone you meet. It's quite a small world, but it's a small world that's filled with really awesome people. And I'm starting to find now, we get new people coming to our community, and we've got so many mutual friends, and it's really awesome because you've immediately got a connection with people. And also, in comparison to being in the States, the bar is low for becoming well known, isn't it? The bar must be low. Cool beans. Caroline, I think we better wrap because you've got a busy day today. Lots of calls, and it's quite late there already. And you're going to be heading to burnout if we don't get you at least a 10-minute break. So, guys, I look forward to seeing you at Adcon if you're coming. And until then, I will see you somewhere else, I'm sure, because we've got networking happening on Thursday. We've got the Rebellious Business Show on Wednesday. It is our 4th birthday next week. So we are celebrating that hard in the Rebellious Business Network this month. There's a lot of fun stuff going on. So keep an eye out for pop-up events, fun events happening that we haven't even announced yet. So we've got a lot going on. But yeah, happy 4th birthday, Caroline. Lots of love to you.
Happy 4th birthday.
And I will see you in a minute on Zoom, probably. Lots of love. Bye, guys.
See you soon. Yeah.